back, hopefully with a working signal. Nice view out here. We got cows over to my left. There's also a person. I'll let them go past and then start showing y'all some cows. Now it's kind of sad because these are ear tagged cows. So yeah. Cows. Let's see the ear tag. All right. Yeah. He was kind of like, fuck off. Yeah, place is a little sad. Cows are beautiful though. I think the stream's working. That's fine though. Sorry for the camera being bumpy. As I was telling my buddy Brian in the last stream, I don't know if these streams are working at all, but it'd be nice to have one of those gimbal things that smooth out the camera. But, you know, what are you gonna do? I think they're expensive. I'm not a rich man, fortunately. This lone cow down here. He's like, who the hell are you? What's up? I'm gonna let him, I'm gonna let them do their thing. So guys, the weather is so perfect. This is probably gonna turn into a night hike. Looks like the stream's working now, I guess. I don't know. It's weird because there's radio towers all over this place. So, should be working well, but I don't know. Who knows who this is going out to? Started my stream in the woods, walking over there, and yeah, we had some people in that one, but I think the signal cut out. Maybe if I walk up that way. Let's go that way. Oh, what's up, Fly? Nice to see you. Glad to know it's working. Think it's gonna cut in and out, but yeah, this place is really, really beautiful. It's a bit bittersweet though, because all these cows are ear tagged. So you know what they're destined for. But at the moment they got it. Yeah, lots of cows. They're not, I mean, they're used to people, I suppose. But one of the cows already kind of was ready to nudge me over, so I'm going to keep a decent distance from them. I don't think they're like been out of shape that I'm here. They don't seem to care. What's up, Brian? Look what I found, Brian. Oh, hi, baby. I don't want the baby to come up to me, because then some mama's gonna get pissed. But you're adorable. You're pretty cute. Yeah, they're busy munching. There was one cow over there that I got pretty close, and he was cool for a minute, and then he was like, hey, listen. He acted like I was about to eat his grass. He was like, you're gonna fuck right off now. And fuck right off I did. So yeah, plan, let's see, what time is it? Plan is to kind of catch a sunset, go down in the dark. How's the picture quality? Is it sharp? Earlier, Brian was pixelated. Yeah, you know, sometimes, what was I gonna say? Oh, nice, good, good. Sometimes I think about leaving this place, and then I'm like, but damn, like I have so much access to really cool spots. Some of y'all probably know where this is, but if you do, don't speculate, because I don't want to exactly dox myself. What's up, Victoria? I'm in a, I don't want to say exactly where I'm at. Some people are gonna know just from looking, but I am just I'm in the Appalachian Mountains right now. And I'm surrounded by cows right at the moment. Right? The clouds, yeah. They are cow slaves, unfortunately. As you can see, their ear tags. Yeah, not a sanctuary, unfortunately. Well, I tried being a nun for a while, guys, but I want to say it ended badly. So I'm off the none thing. That game last night, for anybody who was here for my gaming stream last night, I played Indica, which is a game where you're a nun who's like possessed by the devil or haunted by the devil. And it was quite the experience. Amazing game. Ended so badly though. I was just like, what the hell was that? Victoria, you must have missed the ending, of course. You went to bed, but wow. But yeah, look at these beautiful cows, huh? Little itch there, I suppose. Hey, what's up, David? Well, I mean, thanks for saying thanks, but all I actually did was take a hike. I was just taking a hike. I know that cows are up here, but you don't always see them. So this wasn't actually the purpose of the hike. I was just gonna walk through the woods and see who showed up. But here we have some cows. Yeah, nice job today, David. I was asleep when you were doing it, but I saw that you were on with Chip earlier. So unfortunately, I haven't seen any of the stream, but how did it end up going today? I imagine it went well. Well, actually, I did start watching it, and I saw how right when you guys went live, you had someone there instantly, like right away. Someone started talking to you, but then I had to go. That was the replay. Hang on. I've been here before. Did a night hike here one time with my buddy. We had like a full moon. It was fucking awesome. I didn't get to see the cows that time though. Went well. I think most of our combos ended with people really taking it seriously. Nice, nice, nice. Wasn't it, Victoria? It really was. It really was. What's up, Ashes? I'm not actually sharing my location. There are people who are gonna know where I'm at just from the surroundings, but I don't want to say it, even though you could figure it out. I'd like to give my haters a little work to do, you know? Not that I have very many, but we might as well make it tough for them. Actually, maybe, I don't know how many I have. Oh, that's cool. I'm in America, Ashish. I will share that. Where are you located, Ash? You don't have to say if you don't want. Okay, cool. I'll try to tune in for that, David. Guys, if you're not subbed to 40-year-old vegan, go ahead and do that, because he's going to be live tomorrow doing some cool activism with that Chip guy. Well, you know, I made a lot of dirty comments, Brian, about the nun, so I probably do have some haters. I think there are people who would watch my streams if not for the ridiculous gaming streams that I do. That was really fun, though. I had so much fun last night. We played through the whole thing too. Took about 6 hours. I think I was a pretty good nun, to be honest. I didn't break any vows, to be honest. You know, someone did violate me. I got violated, but it wasn't my choice. Yeah, Chip's on at a sort of an awkward time for me too. Otherwise, I'd be watching his stuff a lot more frequently. But every time I do get to see him, I'm really enjoying his content, the way that he treats people, the way that he communicates with the chatters, and obviously he's really good at the outreach, which goes without saying. That's what he's there to do. Let me walk this way. I hate to take y'all away from the cows, but I'm curious about this area here. I do know if you walk for a while. I did it last time, but yeah, I got lost in like brambles and stuff over here because I walked away. I was with somebody, and I walked away from them to go do a little Jeremy exploration. But I wasn't in a great headspace for it, if you know what I mean. Can y'all let me know if the stream cuts out? Because if so, I'll turn around. Not that y'all have to be here, but if anybody notices it, go circles or, you know, whatever you call it, buffering. Just let me know. You know, my favorite thing, I gotta say, my favorite thing about doing YouTube so far is that we have this community of some of my favorite activists, which is really, really cool. Like Victoria's here, you know. I mean, David's here. A lot of you guys I don't actually know, like, personally, but have admired your work. And then a lot of you I didn't know until I started YouTube and have come to find cool stuff. Yeah, sub to Victorious Vegan, by the way. That's Victoria. She does AV cubes. Victoria and I did an AV cube together in Washington, D.C. That was a lot of fun. Well, by fun, I mean it was good work. It was fun to meet Victoria, though. That was a pretty cool cube, actually. We had Zoe Rosenberg with us. Zoe's going on trial in 3 weeks, 20 days, actually, about 20 days. Is anybody planning on going out to California for that? She could really use the support. You know, I think, you know, when people are going on trial, for animal rescue of all things. It's got to be a real boost to see friends and supporters in the audience and outside the courthouse and all that. She is up against it, let me tell you. Sonoma County is real triggered by vegans, real triggered. And so yeah, she's already been denied her main defenses. This is something I didn't know about trials until, like, you know, until starting to get more closely involved, is that a lot of what happens is decided before a jury's even sat down. Like, so for instance, the things you can argue are decided by the prosecutor and the judge. How fucked is that? The way I see it, if you've done something and been accused of something, then you should be able to defend yourself however the fuck you want to and show whatever the hell you want. But nope, it's not how it works. So I'll give you guys an example. During the Sonoma trial for Wayne, where he got convicted, one of our witnesses had organized the Reichardt Duck Rescue. And that's the one where an activist got injured because they locked their necks to the slaughter line, and someone turned the line on, and so one of the activists got injured by the slaughter line. Really horrible thing. Luckily is okay, but could have been very seriously injured and potentially killed. So anyway, of course the prosecutor wanted to show that video. And the problem for them was that that video also showed inside the slaughterhouse. And so what ended up happening is they were able to convince the judge to censor the video, cut out the parts that showed ducks being unalived. And so anyway, our witness was in there testifying, and he mentioned just kind of offhand while he was being cross-examined, I wish the jury could see the rest of this video, because like a minute and a half or whatever was cut out of it. Because it would be nice to show people what we were actually, not we, I wasn't there, but what the animal activists were actually there to do, to protest. So by this point, the prosecutor and the judge just hated Wayne. I mean, it was so obvious and so apparent that they hated him. He stood up, he said, "Judge, sidebar." And they all stormed out of the room, cleared the courtroom. The witness had to had to leave the room, and they discussed whether or not to strike him completely, strike the witness completely. And to me, at that moment, here's how naive I am. At that moment, I was like, oh, we won this case. Look at this shit. Like, to me, it's so obvious that someone has something to hide and someone wants to show everything. To me, that's all I need to know as a juror. But we ended up losing the case still. But in that moment, I was like, oh, this is great. Look how scared they look that the jury was going to get to see some truth. But that, I don't know what to say. I had too high expectations of people's critical thinking abilities, I suppose. And I'm never going to make that mistake again. Now I just assume the worst. Yeah. What's up, Mary? So anyway. So as I was saying, though, but to get back to Zoe has already been denied the right to try to use necessity defense in her trial. I haven't followed every twist and turn in her case so far, but I know that she's basically going into trial with her hands tied. Now, on the flip side of that, why I have some optimism for Zoe is that she's very compelling. She's young. She's very passionate. She has very. She. I say this. It's gonna sound slightly insulting. I don't mean it that way, but she's very childlike. I mean, she's like a child. And so they're going to have a hell of a time painting her as this fearsome, dangerous person that they're going to do all they can to do that. But like I said, they're super triggered about vegans over there. There's been a ballot measure where all the Farm Bureau came to their rescue and spent billions, I should say millions to be accurate, probably millions of dollars. And they're going to do the same, I'm sure. But, they're just making themselves look stupid, honestly. If she is, Victoria. They did the same thing with Amy Serrano in Canada. They said the health of the animals was okay, so therefore the jurors didn't see any footage. So they ended up being convicted, yeah. Well, it was funny. If y'all have seen any of my conversations with Wayne where we talked about Sonoma, it's going to be a bit repetitive, but I'll just share this again, that what I think was one of the most egregious things about that trial was that the judge basically ruled that we couldn't show any footage of DXC investigations leading up to the rescue, which is nuts. So first of all, I think there had been, and I'm going to forget some of the details, but there had been a Mercy for Animals investigation. There had been a DXC investigation several years after that. There had been another DXC investigation showing conditions any constant at this animal facility. And the judge ruled that that's not relevant because, what the conditions were when you went there. So